Hey guys, how's it going? It's Tuesday, April 14th, 2020, and we are back for another daily check-in. Before we start anything, we are going to calm ourselves and check in with our bodies by using our breathing tool together. So let's go ahead and take out our breathing tool and take 3 deep breaths. You guys ready? Last one. Good job, guys. Hi, happy Tuesday. I apologize for the lighting in this video. It's very, very early in the morning, so I'm recording and it's still dark. So I'm trying to make do with whatever unnatural lighting I've got in my house. It's not really working out for me. That aside, today is Tuesday, which means that it's Tool Tuesday. So we are going to review / get into another tool in our toolbox that I want us to work on and focus on this week. But before we do that, let's check in. How are we feeling today? You guys know I care so much about that. I want to know, how did Monday back from spring break feel? And how did you wake up feeling this morning? I have 2 feelings I'm going to share with you. I always have more than just the 2, but I usually just pick a couple that have been on my mind lately. So the very first one I'm going to share, I actually drew this face myself on one of my blank ones because for whatever reason, the Kimochis did not make this feeling. Do you guys know what this feeling is? If you said like stressed or worried or not even worried, maybe like stressed or overwhelmed. I have been feeling pretty stressed and pretty overwhelmed lately. And it's funny that I'm saying that because it's the Tuesday after spring break, but I'm totally just feeling completely overwhelmed by the amount of new things that I'm taking in, all these new resources, all these new ways of teaching and connecting with you guys, and wow, it's a lot. I can't even remember all the passwords that I need to remember. And so I've been feeling kind of stressed lately, juggling, the working at home, the being a mom and being a school counselor, the not seeing you guys. There's so many things stressing me out, not to mention just the overall coronavirus. So this has been a big one for me, and I was feeling it pretty big this morning, and the reason I'm recording this video so early today is because I have tons of meetings, and I have one that starts pretty early, and when you've got a lot on your plate, you feel more stressed. On the flip side, however, I've got this feeling again. Do you guys remember what this one is? I'm trying to make it so you guys can see it. Is that a little bit better? This one is grateful. Definitely still feeling super, super grateful because, my family's stayed healthy. I'm grateful that I get to be home. I've been grateful to so many of you guys who have been sending me these beautiful messages every single day. I've been getting incredible pictures and shares from you guys, and I'm just so grateful. Grateful to be a part of the Edna community. That being said, I want to know how you're feeling. So let's press pause. Let's do our check-in. Turn and talk to whomever you're watching this video with, or you know the drill. Open up an email to me, tell me how you're feeling, or your journal, and share with yourself why you're having your feeling today. So let's go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and press pause. All right, good job. And welcome back. It is Tool Tuesday. We are going to focus on the next tool. So we have focused on our breathing tool. Gotta love that breathing tool. We've done great work with that. We have focused on our garbage can tool, another beauty that we can always rely on, tossing away that garbage. Today, I want us to review and go over the patience tool. So in my handy dandy toolbox, which all of us have a toolbox, right? Maybe isn't pink, or it's not pink. Whoa, Miss Jen needs coffee. Maybe it isn't red, and maybe it's not something that you actually can hold on to, but it is inside of us, right? In this toolbox, the one that we're going to review is the patience tool. And the tagline is, I am strong enough to wait. Man, I love this tool. Is this not the most necessary tool of all the tools right now? There's so many forms of patience that we have to continue to challenge ourselves to have. So I'm going to just really briefly review this patience tool with you. And then I'm going to share an idea I have for tomorrow's work on it Wednesday. But who remembers, if you were in my patience tool lesson earlier this year, if you're in kindergarten, you probably don't remember, but anybody else, who remembers what this tool is called? This is called a wood plane. And if you've never seen a wood plane before, basically what this is, it's a tool that somebody would use to smooth out a surface. If there's an uneven surface, a surface that I already said uneven, but like maybe it has jagged edges, maybe it just needs to be smoothed out. You would use this tool to make it smooth. So even if you I want to say pet, but like if you touch the top of one of your tables at home, a wood table, or anything wooden that you have, you'll notice that it's soft. Well, it didn't come off a tree soft like that. It probably needed to be smoothed out by something like a wood plane. But the thing that makes the wood plane perfect for the patience tool is that you have to have a lot of patience in order to correctly use this tool. And if you were in my lesson, you might remember seeing this video. You guys, I'm not super tech savvy. I mean, the fact that I'm able to get these videos up every day, I feel like a pro. So normally someone would probably be like, check out this clip, and they would like insert a clip. I don't know how to do that. So I'm literally going to show you on my cell phone a person using a wood plane, and just you guys can see how when you use this tool, you have to slowly work through the wood, one push through at a time, and you shave off really thin layers of wood to make the surface smooth. So go ahead and watch how he does that.
And get rid of all these saw marks on here.
So you see how he's shaving off really thin layers of wood?
You might be able to see those medullary
and
rays
now
a little bit
the
more
top
visible
of the wood
They look beautiful.
is getting
I've just got a little bit above this knot, but I need to get
really smooth. Okay, so you guys get the point.
Okay, so
it's actually a really cool tool, but the point of it is when you use this tool, you can't quickly work through it, or you might nick and cut the wood even more. If you really want to do something the right way, you need to patiently work through it, and not only slowly do it the right way, but be patient and okay with it taking a while to do it. And so I think that that is why a wood plane represents the patience tool, because being patient has so many different layers. And we sometimes think that being patient is just, I'm gonna patiently wait for these cookies to bake. Or, I'm standing in line for an ice cream cone, I'm gonna patiently wait my turn. Those are a couple of really, really good examples of being patient. But actually, there's so much more to it. Your patience tool wants you to calmly tolerate delays. So if your parents are late picking you up, you have to show some patience. You have to be patient with the idea that they're not there at the exact time that you want them to be. But you're strong enough to wait. I'm using the hand gesture for the patience tool as I do that. You also want to be willing to wait for the things that you want. So the cookies, right? You got some cookies in the oven and they're taking a while to bake and I just can't wait. But everyone knows even when you take the cookies out of the oven, you want to wait a couple of minutes for them to set. You have to patiently wait for the things that you want. Setting goals and sticking with them until you finish. You know, I think that so many of us, especially like at the very beginning of the year, we set so many beautiful goals for ourselves, but we are not patient with ourselves to help see them through. So we sometimes think, oh, well, I just can't do it. Or, it's just not really worth me finishing. Or, meh, it's just not for me. When really in the end, we set a goal, the thing that's going to get us through is being patient with ourselves and being patient with whatever process it takes to get to that goal. I mean, even just like cleaning out your closet, it might be a little goal, right? You know you have to clean and you really don't want to. And you could just put it off till tomorrow. But if you decide to challenge yourself and say, you know what? I'm strong enough to get through this and I'm strong enough to wait until I can get it done. Instead of just putting it off, I'm going to give myself some patience and do this one step at a time. And then just be done with it. Also, accepting the things that you can't do anything about. That's being patient. So I've been talking about this since the very beginning, right? The 2 circles of control. It's really just one circle and then like the outside of the circle. But on the inside of your circle are the things that you can control and the things that we should focus on and put all of our energy into. And the things on the outside of our circle are those things that we need to just toss in our garbage can and not worry about. We should not waste our energy on it. We need to patiently let those things go. Be patient with the idea that you can't control how somebody reacts to you. You can't predict what's going to happen tomorrow. Just be patient with it. And I think one of the biggest pieces of patience from the patience tool is how to be tolerant when mistakes are made. And not just other people making mistakes, but you making mistakes. We all make mistakes. But how are you going to patiently tolerate the idea that your sibling just broke one of your toys? All you want to do is scream at them. But instead, how can you take a step back? Maybe take a deep breath. I am strong enough to get through this and not completely lose it on my sibling. How can you, even as a parent, if you're watching this, what can you do to show tolerance when your child makes the same mistake that they've been making all week over and over and over and over again? What can you do for yourself to be strong enough to work through this? What if, your friend has been made a mistake? Maybe they hurt your feelings even. How can you tolerate that mistake and be patient with that person so that it doesn't ruin your relationship? And maybe you can learn how to tolerate it so well and work through it with them that your relationship gets better. Who knows? I even actually have a couple of friends here who I think you have to be patient with quite a bit. Cloud's got to work on being patient himself, but his friends are actually super patient with him because he does tend to snap. When he's not patient, he can snap and say really mean things. And he's not patient with himself or with other people. When he makes mistakes, he snaps on himself too, and he gives up, and he doesn't see things through. But then you also have the friend who makes so many little mistakes, like my really fun friend Hugdipus here, who I love so much. But she's that friend who's always interrupting you and cutting in line and shoving into you and stepping on your toes. And after a while, it does get really frustrating. But how can you tolerate when your friends make those mistakes? Do you take a deep breath? Do you walk away? Do you just use an iMessage? Do you remind yourself, I can't really control the fact that Hugdipus doesn't have a lot of control over herself, but I'm going to control the way that I respond to her. And then same with Hugtopus. You know, Hugtopus is that friend who I think probably has to work on her patience tool more than anybody. She does not know how to go to the back of the line. She feels like she's got to go to the front. So she's almost always cutting. She's always shoving through groups. And she really doesn't have a lot of patience when it comes to conversations. And she does tend to interrupt quite a bit. So she is that friend who, when she is in the class and she has something she wants to tell the teacher and she's raising her hand and, oh, please call on me. I know the answer. No, call on me. That's not using her patience tool. She has to stop and remind herself, okay, Hugtopus, I'm strong enough to wait. I can wait my turn. It'll be okay. I can't control the fact that my teacher's not calling on me, but I can calm myself down. So I've used the hand gesture a few times with you, but I'm going to briefly describe why this is the hand gesture. It is the wood plane. So one hand represents a piece of tough wood that you want to work through, and the other hand is your wood plane, and you basically are just smoothing the wood out with your hand. I really do like this hand gesture. It actually calms me down, and so many times throughout the day when I feel like I need to be more patient, I will literally take out my patience tool and just go, okay, I can work through this. I'm strong enough to wait. I'm strong enough to calm myself down and give this person another chance and give myself another chance. And excuse me, we do sometimes think that using like these hand gestures and saying these silly little taglines don't make a huge difference, but I'm telling you guys, when you train your brain, when you train your heart to believe in these tools and to know when to use them at the right time, they really do truly become tools. You have to learn, just like any carpenter. They don't pick up a wood plane and automatically know how to use it. They have to work at it. They have to practice it. Every day they use it. And they perfect their craft. All of you in these videos and in life with these skills, you guys are perfecting your craft every day by practicing them. So here's what I was thinking for the patience tool, because there's so many different ways that you guys can practice being patient. But I think today what I want you guys just to do is maybe just 2 or 3 times today, use your patience, like literally use your patience tool, use the hand gesture and tell yourself, I am strong enough to wait. Maybe it's while you're waiting for your lunch to be made. Maybe it's while you're figuring out a math problem that's hard for you. I'm strong enough to get through this. I'm strong enough to wait for my sandwich. You know, maybe it's even you're laying in bed and you're having a hard time falling asleep tonight. I'm strong enough to wait for myself to calm down. Here's what I am going to propose for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. It's Work on It Wednesday, so I really want to work on this patience tool with you. In my journal today, what I did was I sat down and I wrote a few things out that help me stay patient and help me work through things that can work me up. So I wrote like 6 or 7 things, but you guys can just maybe sit down and write like 2 or 3. Come up with a few things that help you stay patient or help keep you in that like green zone happy feeling. So what I wrote down was take a deep breath. So when I need to be patient, you guys, taking a deep breath is like my number one thing that I try. I mean, even when I'm using my patience tool, I will stop and take a deep breath with my patience tool. I also like to remind myself the things that I can and cannot control. I like to find something else to do. If I need to tell somebody something and they're busy and can't listen to me, another good time to be patient, I will just write down what it is I want to tell them and then go do something else till they're ready to talk to me. So I also wrote that down. I wrote mindfulness down. And then I also wrote just like positive self-talk. When I need to be patient with myself, when I make mistakes or when something's hard for me, I have to stop and say, you know what? I can do this. It's okay that this is hard. I'm going to get this. So there's so many different things that we can do I want to know what you do. So what I thought we should do is you guys reflect. Write down a few of the things that help you calm down, and then I want you to send them to me. I want to hear all of your ideas, because tomorrow I'm going to get out a big piece of paper and I'm going to write all the things down that all of you shared with me. We're going to come up with an Edna McGuire list of patience tools helpers. So what are the many things that help you stay patient with yourself and with other people? Send those to me in an email, and then in my video tomorrow, if you want me to give you a shout out, I will give you a shout out. Just tell me your name and what are 2 or 3 things that keep you patient. I will write all these down, and then for the work on it piece, we will pick 2 or 3 of those things. Maybe you'll pick at least one new thing that you've not tried, and you will try that for the rest of the week and see if it helps you stay patient and it helps you use your patience tool even a little bit more. So that's what I want you to work on. Today, just take out your patience tool, say the tagline a couple of times. I am strong enough to wait. Use your hand gesture. Maybe even teach this to one of your parents. And then write down 2 or 3 things that help you stay patient and send them to me. And then let's come up with our big list tomorrow. Okay, guys. As usual, I talked so much, but I just love talking to you guys. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. I really look forward to hearing how you're feeling today, and I very much look forward to hearing all of your ideas to stay patient. Goodness knows I need more ideas myself, so I'm really excited to add some of these to my toolbox. Okay, you guys, happy Tuesday. Work on your patience tool. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I will see you mañana. Bye.